Bendigo Baptist Church sits in a community of over 100,000 people. The sport is a big part of life and way of life. Each sporting club, there are inbuilt communities of 1, 2, 3,000 people. So for us as a church, we see connecting to sporting communities as a key way for reaching a wider and broader community for Jesus. Here at Bendigo Baptist, currently we have 5 chaplains, just people who are volunteering their time, who are involved in local sporting clubs right across the city.
Jesus has said, go into the world and give testimony, and to see people grow in an understanding of myself. And to do that, you've got to get out in the community. Footy clubs are wanting chaplains, so it's almost like an invitation that's happening from the community to play their role.
So I'm there with the guys, and I'm typically hanging out with them and holding up the bags and running with them and giving water. And I think if you didn't take that opportunity to have some sort of input into the sporting environment with clubs and so forth, we're missing out. We're missing a huge opportunity for Jesus to make an impact.
Your main role is actually to be there as the presence of Christ. So there's a lot of standing around having very superficial conversations, getting to know people, and eventually the trust builds. You're a contact person when anyone has had, if there's a car accident or there's drug issues or a suicide, or you're responding to crises as they're shared with you.
You can imagine being an umpire. There are often some welfare issues. Half of the crowd often love us, half of the crowd hate us, and some people have trouble dealing with that. There was a need for someone, just to have someone to go and talk to, basically.
The sporting communities already have pre-existing assumptions as to what the church is. And I think one of the wonderful things about us being in the community and putting key chaplains into those locations is that it gives us a chance to represent and to represent Jesus in a fresh way into those particular communities. So we have countless stories, whether it's a funeral that we host here, where we get to just to love on people and care for people in their time of grief and support them in a very practical way, or whether it's just sitting down over a cup of coffee with players and people that are part of those communities.
The church is so supportive. They are right behind us in prayer and in any other support that they can be.
You feel around the place talking to people about chaplaincy. That's been part of the culture of the church for some time, so it's part of the conversation.
I think it's vital that the church is connected to its community. It's great that the clubs are inviting chaplains into their area.
There's a lot of parallels with sport and faith in so many ways, and I'm sure that that's why so many people engage in sporting clubs, because it does become a family, almost like a church for them. So for people to share their Christian faith in that community and really be a part of it, I think is really crucial.
I think sports chaplaincy is a key for churches in terms of reaching communities. We could put on the best show here every Sunday, and we wouldn't have this entire community of Bendigo wanting to get to church here. So part of our strategy is going to the communities.
So there are opportunities that are sitting there that churches could take if they're willing to put their hand up and get involved with your sports chaplaincy.